Hello, everyone. Welcome back. So this is a project I'm working on, and I'll be very straightforward with you that I didn't really care for the quality of the copies I got for my test sample. So we're doing a test sample to see how things are going to work, and I'll have them do a better copy for me to work on to do the actual one I'll use. So what this is I did about 50 drawings of Victorian houses of California. And I did them for a coloring book. I've had them done for a long time. And so I'm putting together a promo that will let people have a copy on a good paper. It has information about the house itself, where it is, that kind of thing. And it'll have either a perforation or a dashed line showing you where to cut off so that you could frame it if you wanted to. And this is kind of going to be the color front cover of it. It's just 11 by 17 that will be printed, color on one side and black and white on the inside. So what I'm going to be working on here for you today is I'm going to be coloring different sections. So this line here is going to show where their black and white is. The center section will be color pencil, and the right section will be color marker. So I have a whole bunch of color pencils, like a lot of artists have. And so I'm going to just do a little bit of coloring. I won't do the whole thing, but just kind of getting an idea for how this separation would look for the promo. So I'm basically following my line down. So they'll have a visibility of what the black and white looks like, what the color pencil looks like or could look like for them on this blank one they'll be getting. Don't have a lot of greens in here, which is interesting. Let me found another green. But basically this is just trying to give them a sample, the person that picks this up at the promotion, that they can have fun with their own colors, whatever they have, and get different effects using, their tools. Now, some of these are actually pastel pencils, which I like quite a bit. Pastel pencils allow you to blend, which is kind of a cool deal. So let's pick a color here and do siding. So what the California Victorian homes are famous for in some areas are being, let's see, I'll bring this up here, being called painted ladies. And what that means is that they have multiple colors working together on the outside of the house. And they're famous for that. Very attractive, highly decorative. If you go to San Francisco, you can ask to go see the painted ladies if you don't know where they are. And everybody will tell you where they are because they have a whole street that is full of these decorative, very ornate Victorian houses. So, like I said, I did a coloring book showcasing sort of this famous phenomena because I like houses and I did a lot of architectural stuff. Oh, we got to stay inside this line here. So this is kind of back to my pen and ink roots, which was fun to do when I did them. So the pencils that have this gray piece are actually soft pastel pencils, and they blend really well. Like I said, I'm not really liking how this copy turned out because it's really dirty. But for the purposes of this demo, it gives us a little bit of a hint of what I can achieve on the actual color that I'll do for people for this promo. It'll be on that flap I showed you, and be fun for people to color that like houses. So I'm just going to come in here, keep all the roofs brown. And I'm not doing a whole lot of detail just for time constraints here. I really don't want to make this video run super long. Okay, so you have brick, which will do a little bit of red. Red in that section. And let's see, we want to put a little bit of blue. Let's get a blue here. I'm going to put a little bit of blue in the windows. I don't know if you're a coloring person, but a lot of people find this very fun to do. And I've had this project sitting on the back burner for literally years. So I decided to go ahead and kick it up and get it out and let people have fun with it. And I'm preparing the promo for my writing group, which meets once a month, and just to give away to the people in the group so they can take it home. The group meets at an art gallery, so it seemed appropriate to me to bring these as a giveaway and a free gift for people. So we're just going to do a little bit more windows here. Anyway, so you get the idea. I'm going to do a slice here of the colored pencil, and I'll have to come up here and do a little bit more here because that will be in the slice. So I'm trying to make it interesting for everybody to see. I'm going to do a little bit of... Okay, so that gives you the idea of what I'm working on with the color pencil. Of course, I would do more, and I would come into the sky and do sky. And I would have more colors because, like I said, these are painted ladies. So I would do more colors in the actual version that I'm going to use for the cover. But I have to get them to make me better print. I didn't like this when I picked it up today. Anyway, so you can see kind of the process. And I'll go all the way down into the flowers and up here in the flowers. So I'm going to switch out of the color pencil section, now that I've kind of showed you what that looks like. And I'll switch over here to markers. And I happen to like Copics. So I have a lot of Copic markers. So I'll do the next section with Copics and let you see kind of what happens with those when you're doing this kind of coloring book, making it a little fun for people. So that's a very light green. Let me get a darker green. Let's see. That's too bluey. Blue, 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 green, green, green. Let's try this one. This is probably better. So one of the things I want to talk about was doing promotions is fun for you and for your prospective readers or buyers or whatever. People like promotions for a lot of reasons. So I'm going to look for a color similar to this in my array, which I'm not sure I have exactly, but I got something similar. This kind of looks as pink, and a lot of the houses are pink. So we'll come in here. And this is, as you can tell, the markers are much more vibrant and offer a lot more punch. And like I said, the ladies are famous for lots of color. So I'll add more color on the marker section here for you. And you'll kind of get the feel for how this promo is going to look. And I figure people will do either color pencil or marker based on what they have at home. And so I wanted to show both in this little quickie that I'm doing here. So people have a feel for, what they can achieve pretty quickly. And so let's get a brown for the roof. I'll try this one. It looks similar. And of course, I would go in and add more detail. As you can tell, this goes down very quickly. And we're going to put there, a little bit down here. But it's fun, it's coloring, and it's interesting for me to do. Even doing these little things are fun to do. So I do encourage you to do promos. Ooh, that's really dark. Very dark. It's still kind of fun. And get involved in your work, whatever it is. Like I said, I happen to do both writing and art. So illustration, this is just another aspect of my illustration stuff. And my desire to let it loose in the world. And I thought you'd find it kind of interesting to see kind of what's going on or what can go on. And I can even do these as... So I'm going to amp this up just a little bit, and I'm going to put some yellow in there. Pink and yellow sounds weird. So why not? Let's do some pink and yellow. So I'll make some of the trim yellow. And that's going to start give you that effect of the painted ladies, where they're contrasty colors and interesting stuff going on. And they're bold. That's one of the things that is so interesting with the Victorian houses, is that they were not into grays and beiges. They really did go for the gold and wanted everyone to see their houses. So they embraced color. So I think this gives kind of a good representation of sort of how this is going to look. Let me put some color on the driveway really quick. Get to gray here. And that would give me a way to kind of emphasize this line. Knock out some of that white. but you can see it's going to separate these out and give a similarity. I'd come in here with my sky and put sky in much the same way the person at home would do. You know, they come in and add some sky and show you what can be done. Now what I'll probably do is come in and add in when I do the actual one that I'll do for the cover, I'll actually detail everything. I'll fill out all the details in each of these different color types so that somebody can see, you know, the pencil version versus the marker version, and I'll put in shadows and all that kind of thing. But I thought you'd enjoy seeing that today. So if you're interested in receiving one of these, then drop me a message in below this video, and I will tell you how to get one. I'll send one to you, and they're going to be coming out probably within 2 or 3 weeks of March. So they'll be coming out in April of 2025. So let me know. I love sending stuff out to people. Bye.